Detectives trying to sort out what led up to 4 people being stabbed in Seattle's Capitol Hill. 2 people are now in the hospital and 2 others hurt in the violence near 14th Avenue and East Madison. A suspect is now in custody. KOMO's Mo Hyder spoke with the owner of a nearby bar who shared his frustration with crime in the area.
2 people are in the hospital and 2 more hurt after a stabbing that happened around 2 this morning in a popular part of Capitol Hill.
This is becoming increasingly in the Seattle area, in this neighborhood.
Seattle police say it happened near 14th Avenue East and East Madison Streets, where Mike Reis owns Diesel, one of the neighborhood bars.
We're worried about all of our patrons getting home safely. This is becoming ridiculous, and it has to end.
Right now, the big question is what led up to this. Reis says it's an example of the jump in crime in the area and is worried about the possible impacts to his business.
How often do you see things like crime of that magnitude?
You know, like once a month, and it's not to this magnitude, but it's enough to be concerning.
A department spokesperson says it started out as a fight between the victims and the suspect, who is a 36-year-old man. While an arrest was made, Reis has this message for city officials.
I'd like to see them be more astute about the real problems that are happening on Capitol Hill and the immediate Seattle area, instead of being worried about bike lanes and bus stop zones and stuff like that.
In Capitol Hill, Mo Hyder, KOMO News.
The city of Seattle quickly closing in on the all-time record for homicides. This after a 44-year-old man was killed, 3 others hurt when gunfire erupted in a popular dog park in Ballard. The man's death, the 65th homicide in Seattle this year. The all-time record is 69, set in 1994. This latest shooting happened at Golden Gardens Park yesterday. 2 of those gunshot victims sped away from the park and were found blocks away at Market and 26th in Ballard. Seattle police say this dispute possibly centering around a stolen car. The gunfire sending people and pets running for safety.
We were just coming out of the parking lot, and all these shots went off, and we just ran as fast as we could to get away.
At last check, the 3 people who survived are each in stable condition. Still unclear if anyone will face charges.
Yeah, and Preston, as you mentioned, all of it happened in the middle of a packed dog park in the middle of the day when it was very, very busy. The result was a firefight with dogs and their owners taking cover. People and pets ducking from danger. Those who went through it say it all happened so fast.
We were just coming out of the parking lot, and all these shots went off, and we just ran as fast as we could to get away.
A terrifying scene that left 4 people shot. One of them died here in the middle of Golden Gardens, while another stayed on the scene. At the same time, 2 others rushed away. Moments later, both those victims were found here at Market and 26th in Ballard, meaning police were suddenly needed at 2 major crime scenes.
And that makes it a lot more complex because we have to, respond to 2 different scenes. We have injured people at 2 different scenes.
3 of the surviving gunshot victims were each taken to the hospital, all as park goers here at Golden Gardens literally ran into a disturbing scene.
Seeing all the lights and the yellow tape, it's, yeah.
The universe is violent. It's no surprise that it's right here. It's everywhere, so.
Police tell KOMO News each of the people shot were connected to each other. With so much gunfire here at the park, they say it is amazing no random people or pets were hurt.
It could have been much worse.
And at last check, the 3 people who survived being shot are each in stable condition. It comes as there were so many unanswered questions, including which group fired on each other first, and if there will eventually be any charges in this case after a man was shot and killed. Coming to you from Seattle tonight, Ryan Sims, KOMO News.